are such an asshole.
We got a request, and if you got a request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com, where I, the world's only professional asshole, will give you the unfiltered truth, the harsh truth, the truthy truth, not your truth. We don't do Democrat gay shit here. And by that, we mean lame. We mean truthy truth, not girl truth. I don't even use English words anymore. A 21-year-old virgin is a pussy skinny fat, but I've been working out for 3-4 years, so I have some muscle, just a shit diet. Well, why'd you bother working? Look, do it or don't. Don't half-ass it. Either do it or I built a plane, but I was too lazy to put the wings on. Basically, I'm invisible to women. No shit, most men are. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're skinny fat. If you've been working out 3 to 4 years, you have some muscle. You got some fat on your body. I would say before you swear off women altogether, maybe, just do a hardcore diet. Discovered your channel a couple months ago and red pill a few years ago, but my blue pill virgin ass still thinks there's a chance with women because biological versus societal hope. You can just say biology. But since you seem like a real motherfucker, a realer motherfucker? Okay, so you're realer motherfucker than most red pillars. I come to you, Mr. Clary, for some advice on how to not be attracted to women anymore and just accept that it's not possible. This may be just a huge waste of money and time, but oh well, both are wasted fucking everywhere. If it's worth a video response, go for it. If not, I don't care. Just keep it anonymous. All right, we'll keep you anonymous. So it is not unprecedented what you wanted to do. There is, of course, the priesthood where you just gave up on all carnal desires and then, oh, wait, what happened? There are eunuchs where different empires, kingdoms, dynasties had eunuchs. I don't know what the role they served. They had them for they must have evolved or came into existence for a reason where you would have your nuts removed. And then I don't know, you were an advisor to the king. I have no idea why that. Someone look into it for me. I'm too lazy. How did eunuchs come to exist? So it's not, and then there's vows of celibacy. You see a lot of guys like, yeah, you know what, especially older adult men, not you're 21, but I could see it. You get older, you've gone through a divorce or two, you're in your upper 50s, your testosterone goes, and you're just like, oh, fuck it, this ain't worth it. So it's not unprecedented what you're doing, but what your request, like, how do I no longer find women attractive? There's not a lot of ways. I'll tell you right now, you don't, because you always will be attracted. That's like who you are. You're literally asking, how can I change my genetics? You can't. I mean, I guess through radiation or handling some cobalt 60, is it? I'm sure you could change your genetics that way and become cancerous, but there's no reprogramming. You will always find women attractive. It's always there. The most direct route that you could go would be, I'm not a doctor. I'm not recommending you do this. I'm just caveat everything here. You could become a eunuch. I mean, if you get rid of your balls, that will lessen the testosterone, and then you won't find women attractive. You could consult, I believe they're called endocrinologists, people who specialize in hormone therapy or hormone treatments. I guess you could take drugs that would get rid of your sexual desire or less. I don't think you'll ever get rid of it. Again, not a doctor, but you can lessen it by getting hormone treatments, I'm sure. Obviously, you would consult a doctor first about this, not me. I'm just going as far as logic. But aside from that, like biophysically, logically intervening with your body, you will never not find women attractive. And so instead of solving or curing the quote disease, you can treat it. Couple ways to treat it. All right. One, go pay for it. All right. You're a virgin. You're not going to put a lot of effort. You sound whiny. You probably haven't asked out that many girls. But I don't care how you got to this stuff. Fine. I'm not questioning you. But have you thought about just paying for it? It's way cheaper. Way cheaper. It's and now that Spirit's gone, I don't think you got your cheap flights to Vegas anymore, but you can still find cheap flights, Allegiant, Sun Country, Frontier. Fly to Vegas, rent a car, go out to Pahrump. I guess oh, that's right. I forgot. I got to look up what the rates are now. I speculated on what the rates were for ladies of the evening and escorts, and people like Kathy, you are it ain't no $300 an hour. Escort prices, Vegas. Gotta look that up. So let's just say $2,000, 2,500 with car rental and flight and food. Uh, that's still cheaper. Once a year you do that, that's cheaper than marriage, cheaper than dating. It is, generally speaking, unless you're good or you're on the low, you're on the sly. So that's one thing you could do. Oh, hang on for 1 second. Sorry about that. Having stuff done. So that's a way to treat it. Then the only other way is some like Zen Stoicism stuff. You could read the Way of Monkey book. Um, that is where, whether it's the Way of Monkey book or Marcus Aurelius, or just reading up on the Stoics, is you accept what you do and do not control, or what you're willing to control. You don't want to put the effort into getting late, which I get. Fine, all right. But the least you could do is not worry about it, control your mind over it. I guess a hybrid would be, speaking of TFM, he's a big endorser of sex dolls where you get a surrogate, a replacement good for it, where you would have AI conversations with AI, ostensibly a woman AI. He's about the sex dolls and all that too. That's another thing. You could go ahead and just rub one out daily to girls of the internet. But somehow it's a substitute good. But the main thing, whichever of these hybrid paths, you would just have to understand, like, yeah, I'm not going to waste my mental energy worrying about it anymore. So it's really something you got to commit to, where, like, okay, for example, you want to change your diet, you just have to accept you are going to be hungry and not get to eat what you want. I had to accept that I was not going to ever drink again. I wasn't going to have that warm, fuzzy, happy feeling ever again. You will have, I mean, I had 4-pack abs one time. You know how you do it? You just starve yourself. You just accept it. You pain yourself worrying about it, though. Oh, I'd love to have a sandwich. Oh, I'd love to not work out today. Oh, I'd love to have a shot of booze. You cannot worry about it. And so I would read up on books. They must be written about celibacy and the philosophy and getting into that mental state, because that's not fucking with your system. That's not physically intervening with your biology. I think that regardless of whether you do decide to go that route or not, something a bit more drastic, you are going to need to have the mentality and the stoicism to ignore it so you continue on. So yeah, I mean, it's a lifelong challenge. It is a chore. It is a taxing mentality. All men have had it since the time. But yeah, if you want to drop out, and I'm not even like, oh, you want to drop out and be a baby. No, I understand. I understand. Um, but there's no instance where you just flip a switch and it's gone. You will always be attracted to women. It's controlling that attraction and ignoring it and moving on. And then I don't know, maybe, overseas, essentially you're paying for it there too. That's something I want to look in before you swear off of women forever. But yeah, and then I guess the other thing would be keep yourself occupied with other stuff. I mean, that's kind of what I did to get over alcohol, among other things. It's just like, nope, keep occupied, keep on going. Don't have your mind sit on it or dwell on it. I think running would be good for you, like getting into running, and that would actually shave off the weight too. But yeah, unless we're gonna go the eunuch route, there's no real solution except for you to control your reaction to natural human desires and biology, which is hard and constant, but that's the only way. All right, we got super chat one. Ken says hi for $2. Thanks, Ken. All right, that's it. Cappy's on his way out. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.